Hey guys, welcome back to this war of mine. Wow. Um, just so you guys know, I have. This is not a direct sequel from episode 2. As I said at the end of episode 2, I was going to play a bit just to try and get some exciting footage for you guys, or to try and get to the exciting parts. And it turns out I kind of got 2 people killed on the way. Yeah, it's my bad. Unfortunately, if you've seen the other episodes, which I suggest you go watch, pause this video and go watch the other ones. Link will be in the description to the playlist. Pablo, our runner, our go-to guy for going around sites collecting stuff. Yeah, he died, and it was unfortunately. I was obviously in someone's house. I thought I was being sneaky. Turns out I made a bit too much noise doing something. I guess I was looting like I generally do. And it was a couple's house, and the guy was not happy to see me in his house. He managed to corner me, or as I was trying to escape, he managed to cut me off, and decided to kill me and stab me a few times. Well, stabbed me a few times, which then led to me dying. So that was kind of annoying. After that, a new person joined, Zlata? Yeah, I think that's how you pronounce it. I keep getting it wrong, as I always do. But yeah, Zlata joined the crew, and it turns out, as each character has a special ability, as you should know by now, or if you don't know, in the game, every character has a special skill that they have. Her special skill was to keep people happy. Yeah, she's got her work cut out for her during a war-torn situation. So yeah, she wasn't a particularly amazing replacement for Pablo, but hey, you know, I made the most of it. I used her as my little go-to person to collecting stuff. Turns out she then went and died as well. Yeah. As if Pablo didn't have it tough enough, I sent Zlata to a construction site to get some gear. As I'm searching and rummaging around, I knew there were soldiers about, so I thought I won't go too deep into the construction site, or I won't go too far up, as it turns out the case to be. I triggered an event where another survivor, who was also looting, NPC, got shot by the soldiers, and he fell down right in front of me. And of course I panicked, and I started sprinting. That was a big mistake. They then knew I was there as well. They then cut me off, cornered me, and shot me down like a dog. Okay guys, we're onto the second part of the video now, where it's going to be where I sort of dish out some advice or maybe tips on how to get going in the game. Now, disclaimer, I'm no expert. You saw my first playthrough, I had no idea what was going on, but I've played a bit since then, done a bit of research as well to make sure that I knew what I was talking about. So to start things off with, I'm going to talk about what you're probably best doing, in my opinion, in your first day of starting the game. So it doesn't matter what survivors you got, or what you started off with. The first thing that I would do is, once you've collected all the items in your house, is I'd definitely make a bed. I'd also definitely make a rainwater collector, plus the filter to get it working. Why? Because obviously that's water you're collecting without having to scavenge it, so that's one less thing you have to worry about going around searching for. Also, if you've got the components or the material, I don't think you might do in the first night to do those things as well as this, but you never know, you might get lucky, is also build a small animal trap. Similar to the water collector, this is obviously for food, and again, you know, it's one less thing you kind of have to worry about. Obviously you still want to go out and collect it, but obviously if you've got something that's trying to get, if you've got a piece of equipment that's helping you get food, you can maybe focus a little bit more on other things. Okay, so that's your house and that's your hideout. So your first night scavenging. You definitely want to go straight for foods and medicines. Leave materials for later, because the food and medicines is your foundation, it's your starting point to help you crack on and keep going. Okay, so that's first night. I'm going to do sort of general tip sort of thing now. General tip, most of your survivors, or most of the survivors in the game, have addictions. And addictions, I mean either smoking, alcohol, or God knows what else that they're addicted to. But whatever you do, do not feed their addictions, because it's only going to make them worse. Piece of advice, maybe once every 3 days feed their addiction. Obviously, like after they've had their, you've given them what they wanted. A couple of days after that, they're going to be like, oh no, I really want it, and all this. As long as you do it once every 3 days, it keeps them in check. It keeps them going. So it might be a bit of a luxury, but I found it quite useful. The radio. If you can get a radio up and running, if you've got some spare parts to make one, definitely do it. Because the radio channels that you get actually provide some really good information. The classical music channel actually helps boost happiness, keeps the survivors going, keeps them all happy and cheery. Oh, listen to music, oh, that's brilliant. But the news channels that you get, they actually provide useful information. They let you know when violent raids are happening, which means it's probably a good idea to put more people guarding your hideout when one of your people is out scavenging, because obviously there's more of a higher chance of you getting raided and people taking your stuff. It also lets you know when the winter's coming or when the seasons are changing. So if it says, "Oh, cold times are ahead," that's obviously just a warner or a heads up for you guys to sort of get your heater going and get some loads of fuel sources to burn away and keep your house nice and warm. That's it for general tips, really. I can't think of much else. There's a few other things, but you can, if you do general like this War of Mine guides and strategy and searches, people obviously like have their own opinion on what sort of like I just have done in this video to what they can give you to help you out. Now I'm going to talk about the survivors themselves. There is, I forgot how many number of survivors there are in the game. I didn't actually take note of them all. There's not as many as you might think. I'd say there's what, like maybe 10? 12? Someone can correct me in the comment section below. That will probably definitely be wrong. But what I have taken note of is the best survivors in the game. The dream team of survivors that you definitely want. The first one that I'm going to say is Katia. If you've watched my previous This War of Mine videos, Katia was one of my starting survivors, and her dream team skill was trading. Being good at bargaining with people. So yeah, if you get desperate and you need to trade a few things that you might not need for other stuff, send her out to do it, because she can get those great deals compared to everyone else where they might get sort of screwed over a bit. There's another survivor called Marin. This guy is a handyman, that's his skill, and what that means is he can make things for a lot less components and materials. So let's say you're building barricades, building chairs, building whatever. If you get him to start it, you require less items to do it. A little trick that I've seen or heard of. Sorry, I lied there when I said seen. Well, no, I've watched YouTube videos, so yeah, I've seen him do this. People like to start with him making them, take him away from it, and then get someone else to make it. Because obviously he started it, it still uses the less materials to make it. It's just someone else is carrying on for him. So he's really good for that. There's a character called Marco. Now, Marco's got 15 backpack space. That's a lot more than any of the survivors I had in my Let's Play. That is a ridiculous amount, I think, and that is amazing to have on your team. Also, he has no addictions. That is brilliant. All he needs is sleep and food, and obviously just to be kept happy now and again. Doesn't need no smokes, no cigarettes, no alcohol, anything like that. That's brilliant. That's less resources you have to waste on him. The next character is Bruno. Bruno, unfortunately, Bruno got so sad in my Let's Play that he left. He was that depressed. Now, the great thing about Bruno is he's a cook. So, when he makes something, it's going to be obviously like a larger meal. You get more for it. So obviously that he keeps people replenished and less hungry, and that's just brilliant. If you get a guy who can cook and just get more out of the food to keep your people going longer, that's brilliant. There's also, which I didn't really think was quite useful when I first got her, but I had an idea, but obviously because it was my first time playing the game, I wasn't too sure about her. But the character that obviously I managed to get control of and use in my Let's Play, Zlata. I've heard someone call her the Zoe Deschanel of this group of survivors, which is, I think it hits the nail on the head pretty much, because her skill is to keep people happy. And obviously your characters and survivors you're going to get depressed and obviously sad a lot, because obviously in a war-torn situation, they're miserable. All she has to do, talk to them. That's probably another thing. If someone gets sad and they have a speech bubble over the head, get another survivor to talk to them. Do not break up the conversation, do not interrupt it, do not think to yourself, oh, they've been at it for a minute or two now, come on, let's just end it and get and do stuff. No, let them finish the conversation, because that's only when the conversation ends between them, then the person gets happy again, or gets unsad again. But yeah, Zlata's really great for that. If you can get her talking to people that are depressed, she boosts their happiness back up more so than anybody else. A character I'm not really particularly too sure of if he's one of the best. He's probably above mid-level, is Boris. Now, the only thing about Boris is he had, is it 17 backpack space? He's got the most backpack space in the whole game. It's ridiculous. Like, he's the donkey. He's the workhorse. He's the slow mule basically. And what that means is he can carry so much stuff, but he can't run to save his life. He's so slow. So you're best off, if you do have him in your group, keep him to let's say safer areas to loot from, because he can take so much more. But even without stuff in his backpack, he's so slow, it's ridiculous. Like, it's just, yeah, he's definitely not the best, but for collecting things in a safe area, you know, he's a great guy for that. But yeah, I'm just checking my list here, guys, because I don't want to miss anything out. That's all I can really think of. But yeah, that's it. I'm guessing that's the end of the video, and for now, that's the end of the series. I know it's a really short series. I know it seems like, what, 3 episodes for a series? That's ridiculous. Like, you know, but the Let's Play or the content in the videos weren't particularly exciting. They weren't like suspenseful, to be honest. I had a few unfortunate mishaps along the way when it came to recording, or with it being my first ever time recording a series or anything like that. So I do apologise for that. Throughout the series, definitely going to be working on that and fixing that a lot more, taking note of a few things that I did. But yeah, guys, that's going to be the end of the video here. I hope my advice is helpful and can help you get further along in the game and last a lot longer days than certainly what I did, with my characters all giving up in the end and just not doing a very good job of it. But yeah, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this series. If there's any advice you want to give me, or if there's any little bits that you want to see more of, or if you've got any questions, there is the comment section below that you can do that in. Just, you know, if you make a comment, I'm definitely going to respond. Definitely want to talk to you guys, and I want to get a bit of feedback going and things like that. But yeah, if you like what you've seen with this series, we've got a couple other series on the channel as well, so make sure you subscribe to the channel to keep an eye out when those videos and episodes keep popping up in your newsfeed. So yeah, this is Tom for Gamers Lounge, and I'll see you guys later.